You've been told you're too sensitive. You're just remembering it wrong, they say. But what if the exhaustion you feel isn't simply mom burnout? What if something deeper has been quietly stealing your peace and your sense of self for years? Today, we're going to name that invisible abuse, the mental and emotional weight that doesn't leave bruises, but leaves a hollow ache inside. And then we're going to reclaim the woman you were before it all began.
We are the mothers. We are the mothers. We are the mothers. We seek. We are the healing. We seek peace.
When my first husband started telling me there was something wrong with me, that I had no friends and that no one liked me, it hit me like a spear through the heart. I remember sitting across from him at the table with the kids, quietly playing nearby, and feeling this crushing confusion. How could he say these things about me? Just a few years before, I thought we were happy. We were confident and full of dreams and plans. I had chosen to stay home with our kids while he worked in federal politics in Washington, D.C. He would work late almost every night and wouldn't come home until the kids were in bed. I didn't want a nanny raising my kids. I wanted to be there for every milestone, every scraped knee, and every bedtime story. But slowly, the man I loved started to change. Or maybe it was that he just revealed who he really was. He would accuse me of things I hadn't done, tell me I was imagining problems, and twist the truth until I felt like I was losing my mind. At the time, I didn't know what narcissism was. I just felt tired, confused, and alone. I later learned that what he was doing is actually called projecting. He was throwing his own fears and insecurities onto me, trying to make me carry the weight of his faults. It's a common tactic narcissists use to control and manipulate, and it's devastating because it makes you question your very reality. This kind of abuse is invisible because it doesn't leave cuts or bruises. Instead, it's like being slowly drained by 1,000 tiny wounds. Imagine waking up every day feeling like you're walking through fog. Everything's hazy and you don't trust your own thoughts anymore. Gaslighting, the slow erosion of your sense of truth, is one of the cruelest tools that narcissists use. I remember arguing about something that had happened, only to be told flat out, that never happened, you're making it up. Over time, I started to doubt my own memories. Was I really remembering wrong? Was I crazy? What was wrong with me? Was he seeing something that I just didn't see? And then there's the silent treatment, the cold, suffocating silence that feels like a punishment worse than words. One time, after an argument, he didn't speak to me for 3 months. Our kids kept asking what was wrong with Dad, and I felt completely powerless to explain it or fix it. If you find yourself recording conversations, taking screenshots, or constantly checking your phone just to prove or remember what really happened, this is a sign that you're living with emotional abuse. It's exhausting, like being trapped in a house of mirrors where nothing feels real. For us empathic mothers, this abuse can be even more confusing and painful. We're just wired differently. We're wired to nurture, to forgive, to put others first, even when it costs us personally. I remember countless nights lying awake, wondering if I was overreacting and just feeling guilty for wanting to take care of myself. You may find yourself sacrificing your own needs, ignoring red flags, or believing the lies that you're too sensitive or not good enough. But those feelings are a direct result of the abuse, not the truth of who you really are. Recognizing that you've been caught in this cycle is the first step towards healing. Your heart is strong and your pain is valid. Let's begin the healing process with a small but powerful exercise I call the Identity Audit. So I'm inviting you to grab a journal or a piece of paper and write down 3 things that you loved doing before the relationship or outside of the relationship. Things that made you feel like you. For me, it was painting and just leaving the house without kids to just go get a coffee. And honestly, the first time I went out for coffee without my kids, I felt completely vulnerable. Like I was naked and alone. It was crazy. And it was only then that I started to understand that something was very wrong. I had forgotten who I was after years of trying to just survive in the relationship. I had abandoned myself, but I had no awareness of what it was and why it happened. So take your time with this. Don't judge what comes up. Maybe it's a song you loved, a hobby you left behind, or a style you once felt confident in. This is about reconnecting with the woman you were before the abuse started. Once you've identified those parts of yourself, it's time for a symbolic act to call your spirit back. For me, this is lighting a candle every evening and saying to myself, I am worthy. I am whole. It was a small ritual, but it signaled a huge shift inside of me. I actually created a card in my Narc-Proof Mom healing deck called The Critic. It's all about that inner story that we tell ourselves. And when we learn to recognize it, we can work with it and shift to create a new story. So you could light a candle, you could journal out a storyline that makes you feel empowered, or even stand in front of a mirror and speak words of affirmation to yourself. The goal is to create a physical act that represents reclaiming your power and your identity from the shadows of the abuse. If you're ready to begin your own reclaiming journey, I want to invite you to my online group coaching course that I call the Narc-Proof Mom Method. It's designed specifically for empathic mothers like you who are healing from narcissistic abuse. I've also created the Narc-Proof Mom Healing Deck, which is a set of 45 therapeutic cards with beautiful imagery, daily affirmations, and healing prompts to support you on your own path. For a more personal start, I offer free 30-minute clarity calls to help you find your way forward. And don't forget to try the free interactive quiz that's on my website. It's just a gentle, educational way to help you understand your own experience. So I'll leave links to all of those in the box below. I want you to know that you are not alone. Together, we can reclaim your life, your peace, and your joy. So thank you for being here today. And remember, you are stronger than you know. And until next time, take care out there.